Hey everyone!
Hi.
Thanks for joining us today for this week's ArcheAge Livestream. My name is Merv, I go by Krolin. I'm a producer for ArcheAge, and with me today I have Sophie. She goes by Zoke or Sok. She's a localization tester. Behind me I have Amory. Her name's Amanda. She's also a producer for ArcheAge, and next to her is Kirby. Hi Kirby.
He's in his late Halloween costume.
How's your day, Kirby?
Looks like it's the worst day ever.
What does he have on?
He's got an aviator hat on and a scarf.
Nice.
He's ready for takeoff to Sleepyland.
Right on. So it's good to see you guys. It's Friday. It's almost the weekend. That's great. So we're going to jump in game now. We're going to continue today talking about our Revelation update that's coming later this year. And we're going to pick up where we left off last week. A couple things I wanted to talk about before we got into that is related to the current state of the live game and with the upcoming November update. So you guys will have the November update targeting next week, November 9th. That's a Wednesday. And there's not going to be too many things that are introduced then. There's a new event that's coming out. It's a Mist Song Summit-oriented event. You have to go in there and kill a boss or two. Depending on the difficulty, you get more boxes. Those boxes can be opened for warrior medals, lunarite, and maybe even some pumpkin taffy. But that's just kind of incentivize you guys to go and engage the Mist Song Summit Dungeon. Now, there were some questions on the forum, and I tried to grab them before we jumped on the stream. You'll forgive me for this format. I just grabbed the ones that were posted on last week's live stream or the announcement this week. One of the big concerns is about, in the producer's letter, I mentioned that you guys would be getting expedited loyalty tokens in November. And there are questions around how that would be delivered. It's going to be very similar to the way it was before. It's going to start off on November 9th with the update. And basically, if you're a patron, you log in, you'll click, you'll get your 5 loyalty tokens for logging in. And then each time you click the Divine Clock box up to 3 additional times, you'll receive 3 more. So that means 5, 3, 3, 3 for a total of 14 loyalty per day if you end up staying on that much. So that's kind of the way that's going to happen, and that will be all the way from November 9th to the Revelation update. Servers will be down on December 9th for that. So one more thing I also wanted to mention before we get into the cool stuff you see on the screen right now is PTS server will be down for the majority of the Thanksgiving weekend. And when it comes up after that, it will be coming up with the 3.0 update. So you guys can look forward to that at the end of November. And we're going to post dates around that. Now, we need some additional assistance with volume testing on PTS, and that's kind of related to the way that we're segmenting Fresh Start and Legacy servers this year. So we're going to ask for your guys' help with that, and maybe provide a reward for doing so. So again, that's coming the end of November, and those of you who play on PTS, look forward to that and prepare your houses appropriately. PTS will likely come down between the 22nd and the 23rd. All right, that was a lot of stuff I just said. Thank you guys who noticed that I am trying to grow a beard, kind of. It's the spirit of November, so I'm doing my best at that, and we'll see how long it lasts before I'm totally over it. That dwarf that's on the screen right now, he definitely one-ups me in the beard category, but let's look at the end of November, and yeah, maybe I'll be able to contest him by that point. Okay, so you guys will see we are on our internal server with the 3.0 update. Now, this is not exactly the way that we'll have the 3.0 update. This is our localization server. So you guys will notice some things are still in Korean. We're actually beyond that point, and we're testing on a different server internally, but this is the one that we have the freedom to kind of move around and mess around with a lot and not disrupt testing too much. So we're on a Dwarven character. This is a Dwarven male. Last week we played a Dwarven female character and a male Warborn character named Cutie Pie. And if you guys want to check that out, you can look at the past live stream recording. But today we're playing a male dwarf and a female Warborn. And we're going to pick up where we left off last week. So we're in Aber Cradle now. And one of the things that we really wanted to show to you guys is kind of the areas for new housing. So this is where the residential zones can support housing in the update, and this really is really important for the way that you guys plan to land rush or kind of occupy this new land. Sophie will be floating around with a farm equipped most of the time so you guys can see the borders. And we'll also be opening the map periodically so you can just kind of keep tabs on where she is. The housing in Arbor Cradle is really kind of unique because it's not there. There are definitely some centralized locations for it, but there's more housing spread out through the paths of the way that the zone flows. So in Arbor Cradle, as a newbie dwarf, this is where you would start out in kind of the northeastern area, and you work your way through the zone kind of to the southwestern area and then into Air Rain Rock.
Like my mouse guiding.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, was semi-distracted there for a second. So yes, the housing kind of follows the path, and as you look through this area, you'll see that it's kind of a narrow area, so maybe you'll have issues fitting 44 by 44s there, but it definitely can support, farmhouses, and that's kind of, it's a initial housing area.
I think like anything up to a 24 is going to be fitting comfortably just about in all of those housing
I got a
zones
thatched
that you
in one
have.
of those, yeah.
Yep.
It's sort of like little niches or nooks of housing, right? So it's sort of, instead of one just giant grid of houses packed in there, it's more organic little clusters. It looks really cool.
And again, you guys are calling out in chat the 5,200 labor that you see on the screen. That's not really a thing. It's just something that is a part of this server. There's nothing changing with regard to the labor cap at the release of Revelation. There are some things that are happening with regard to the way labor is purchased from the marketplace. Normal potions are being removed. I mentioned that in the producer's letter. Check that out. There are some questions around what will happen to existing loyalty potions and how the empty flasks that you get from completing the daily quest will transition into 3.0, and we'll provide information on that as it becomes more solid over the next 2 weeks. So we're still in Arbor Cradle now, and you can see we're at one of the starter farms. This is where the dwarves grow their baby boar.
Also interesting for anybody that's not from the Western faction. If they want to have a board, that's where you can try and get it, I guess.
That's where you sneak in to steal one.
Yes.
And I know some people will definitely be doing that. Can you zoom in on the little boars there?
Babies.
I wish they looked like babies when they were full size, because the little babies are so cute.
They're so cute.
I love a baby.
Nuki needs snuffy nose.
I wish they had like a pet that follows you around.
Yeah.
that looks
Look, he
like
makes
that.
little snuffly noses.
So
Super cute.
I need one of each. I love the pangolin more than I do the boar, but this is still so adorable.
Question from chat. Mosa7 asks, when will we post the full items that are being adjusted for the Fresh Start Marketplace? That will be a lot closer towards release, I would say in December, and definitely in update notes you guys will see those changes. Okay, back to running around Arbor Cradle. You can see the doors didn't finish construction of their transit system. This is kind of where it leaves off here. Maybe that's something for the future. Budget concerns.
They need to raise taxes. They need you guys to put your houses there to pay taxes so they can finish that station.
That's it. When they
Yes.
collect their neighborhood taxes, they can continue building that BART system or whatever it is.
I hope it's
Well,
not
this is the
parts.
main road that takes you, like, here, look.
Yay!
This is the main road that will take you eventually to Air Rain Rock from this station right here.
Oh, yeah.
If you go ahead, sorry.
No, I just wanted to say I love how you get those like green spots with like the red trees, but it's still snowing in this zone. It's so
Yeah.
pretty.
It actually looks like foothills where it's not uneven. It's not like there's a
Right.
hard line where suddenly there's 3 feet of snow. Yeah.
I was waiting for my ride. The Dar was too slow.
They're so slow.
Grabbing
Too
some
slow.
questions from chat while we talk. A question about when will the rewards from the Blood in the Sand tournament be sent out? So it will be kind of a two-phase thing. The rewards are actually ready to go. And they will be distributed by Celestrata when she is available, probably sometime later this week. Sorry, towards the end of next week. Now, we're also doing a thing where the initial version of the ring won't include its final text, because the text of the ring will actually say the names of all of the winners who had received it for the first and second place, and we'll consider the additional second places on North America as well. And when I say the names, I mean this is the name of the team or the guild that participated in the tournament. So those rewards will likely be handed out after the November update occurs next week. Couple more questions from chat. I had one. It was a good one. And it just moved away. All right. If it comes up again, I'll answer it. So we're moving through Arbor Cradle now, and
Just showing the path to White Arden. Well,
Right.
this is where they connect.
this is exciting because if you open up the map, we're all used to, or at least Westerners are used to, where White Arden exists on the map. It's one of the lesser used zones on the Nuia continent. But as you can see, it connects directly to Cradle, and that's kind of the where the dwarves meet the rest of the western continent.
So those are the two connections right here to White Arden, and this one here up here to get to Erin Rock.
And previously, if you were getting clever in the mountains in White Arden, you could actually see into some of these areas and kind of see that the zone geometry was there. It just wasn't fully fleshed out.
Yeah.
For a while there, you could kind of see some of the tracks. Like, you could see that things were being built there, but not the actual final version.
It looks really cool.
Yeah,
Really cool.
It just kind of really gives you that feel of heading up into the mountain region too, and
Yeah, actual scale, actual vertical height, yeah.
I'm gonna say this is where the road previously ended.
Yeah, it did.
it's also cool because now trade runs will occur more horizontally, right? As those produce and goods come out of Erin Rock and Cradle, they will travel to the east across the continent instead of that Gwynedd Halcyona route that we've seen since the release of the
There'll
game.
be a brand new route right here.
Some of the questions that I was going to mention from chat, questions around vocation changes, proficiency changes, and even coin purse and loot drop changes are something we will go over, not in today's live stream, but we definitely will get you that information because those are changes we need to talk about. So we've moved now to a new zone. This is on the southwestern part of the Nuia continent. It is called Animar, and this is the new residential area that's introduced in the Revelation update. It is pretty much exclusively a housing zone. It is the second largest housing zone in the game, and we're going to give you a fly around now and just kind of show you the landscape and how wide this area actually is.
In 5 seconds at least. Can't
Cool
place it.
down.
There you go. No, now. This is a huge, humongous housing zone. It's probably one of, if it's not
Second
the
largest,
biggest, the
yep.
biggest. Is Rokala bigger than that?
Rokala is bigger, and that's where we'll jump right after this. But as you can see,
yeah.
I mean, it's zoned for housing. This is one of the concerns that people had, throughout ArcheAge's history is when you have this competition over a new server, there's not a lot of room for houses. This is a big answer to that.
Yes.
Animar, again, just supports a lot of housing. It's really cool kind of just as a landscape as well. It's very calm, serene. You can see some of the housing plots also sit up against the edge of the mountains. Some of you may or may not like that, depending on how you like your structure. The houses in ArcheAge have, they support basically, I would say, 10 to 15 meters of height being exposed underneath where the base of the house is. So if you have,
on those islands out in the ocean, see those crazy structures.
Right.
It's like steep
You've got like
Absolutely.
2 stories of stairs to get into your house.
it's like there's stairs, and then there's even a ladder on some
Yes,
of the houses
yeah, I've
underneath
seen
the
the ladder.
stairs. Now, some houses don't seat that well on that incline. Those would be like tree houses. But farmhouses and the smaller plots definitely seat decently. So as we fly around this area here, we're kind of in the inner
Center
area
area.
of Animar, and you can see these kind of neighborhood-style plots lined up all around this pond structure.
And it's like seemingly never ending.
Yeah.
Like there's so much space.
Yeah. A lot of room to play, and I actually see some paddle boats down there.
Yes. So I was pretty convinced to be playing a Warborn when I start, but this housing zone is kind of like a reason why I kind of wish I want to be a dwarf.
Be a dwarf with me.
Steven9777 asks in chat, are there trade packs in the zone? Yes, they are, and it does support a Fellowship Plaza as well.
Yep. I feel like, the downside to this zone is like the distance you have to take something if you're doing any cross-ocean trade routes. You are on the back end of the continent. You do have a long overland route to get to the ocean. So the trade-off is kind of, okay, you're probably likely to find space for a farm or a house in here. Maybe there will be plenty of space for a farm or a house. But if you're doing that to produce a lot of trade packs, it may take you longer to actually do those trade runs. Or launch yourself in a swan boat.
So I have to ask, Anne-Marie, you said you were playing a dwarf at the
Yes.
release of the 3.0
Yes.
update. Are you going to live in Animar?
I don't know, because that the real thing is that I've always played East on all of my live characters. So for me, it's like I haven't had any housing on the
You
West Continent.
have to, because there's like broccoli
It's rad, but I'm
trees
just like, look, there's all
here.
these other zones I could have, I've looked at in the past. I'm like, oh, I could live there. Like, I don't know, it looks neat.
I love
We'll
this
see.
zone. Like, I don't have the sound on right now, but it has like really cute background music too.
Mystical Odin asks, is it for any type of plots? Yes, it is. Previously, we had zones that we called luxury housing zones, or some housing zones that were restricted for 24s or greater size structures, but Animar supports all sizes of housing.
How would you not want to live here?
A couple questions in
The
chat that are a
broccoli
little bit
cheese.
off topic. No race changes, guys. That's a hard no from XL Games. There will be no race changes. With regard to someone's asking about cross-server arena queues, that's also not in store for Revelation, but is something that is talked about, and we understand the concerns around that. So we're in the center of Animar here, and they have this kind of setup. Now, Quilladon could probably explain this better than I could, but Animar is the home of the Daru people. Daru are the, Dubira, the one who does the marketplace announcements,
The
or
auctioneers.
the
Or, like-
auctioneer, the warehouse guy,
Or this guy.
that guy. Yes,
so
he's
royal,
a Daru.
so majestic.
So a majority of the NPCs here are Daru. They have some activities that you can participate in, like a game of, spray the
money
Daru.
down the
They're playing. They're happy. It's like summertime. They're like, I want you to use the hose. It's like they don't have a sprinkler, so they need someone to actually spray the hose. for
Yeah,
them.
well, this guy is pissed that they're all muddy and stuff. They keep getting muddy, so you go out
Well,
and you spray
cry
them
more.
clean, whether they
He
like
needs to
it or
have
Yeah,
not.
so I mean,
fun.
you could live next to that.
I know.
You could
How
have
would you
this
not want to
basically
live
in
there?
your front yard.
It's
if
pretty.
that's
It's
the-
pretty tempting.
The camera angle on that spray is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. If you could do it one more time,
Weird.
it's a little.
Come on.
Okay, that's
He's-
better.
Oh, that's like a
Got it.
kamehameha.
Right. Yes. That's more
Nice.
convincing than the previous. Yes, that looks a little bit questionable. I'll leave it there. Let's fly back up to the middle part. So this is the cool part of Animar, the unique kind of look to the zone. The broccoli trees.
It's the
so
broccoli
cool.
trees. I know.
Awesome. Animar also has a network of air balloons, but we'll go into those a little bit more when we go to Rockalla. The air balloons are the public transport for kind of inter-zone travel.
And
Oh,
then-
chat, you guys don't disappoint.
What happened?
They saw
always
it.
come
They saw the
through.
dwarf doing his thing with the water, and they said what I was thinking.
Oh.
So if we head over to the eastern side now of Animar, you can again. Let's look at this housing again. There's so much.
There's so much space.
Yeah.
I stopped at some point because everything is just housing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the land you see is housing.
Yeah. And to the north there a little bit is the community center, and that's kind of the central crafting hub. These community centers are something we'll go into depth if we have time this week. If not, probably next week. But they're really the NPC center points. It's kind of the evolution of the crafting hub that we have. And it's something that residents in a zone will participate in. To be a resident of a zone, you have to have a house placed that is not a farm, and you need to be able to recall to that location to become a resident of the zone. That allows you to, empowers you to interact with the NPC community centers. Now, Karita in chat pointed out that one of the features of Animar is it connects to Hellswamp. So, Sock right now is following the
exactly
path,
there.
and just to give you guys a look at what it looks like if you travel from this area into Hellswamp, and how Hellswamp has adjusted to support the introduction of the new zone.
Hell Swamp always kicked me out. Like it was always a little too spooky.
It is Creeper Central.
Although Sophie, we did jump off the cliff.
I know. I have very
I
fond
do have
memories
really
with
good
you
memories
here.
of that.
All right, so if you don't mind flipping the camera around really quick just to show that kind of descent into Hellswamp. Now, so Animar is a zone that's in a perpetual state of peace, and Hellswamp is a conflict zone. So those of you who are asking if Animar supports trade packs, you probably want to get them out of the zone somehow, and this seems to be the main path that you would follow into a conflict zone. So you will have to strategically plan. If you are familiar with, growing peanuts or are a Hellswamp farmer, that will seem pretty natural to you. But that definitely changes the dynamic of the way trade packs are run.
Or Care buried out and wait until Hellswamp goes into peace.
Right.
Yay!
I feel like this is throwback.
Oh god.
When we had the temporary
Here it
cars,
goes.
Sophie and I went in here to do a trade run. Really, it was like our daily merit or something. We were trying to get a treehouse.
Nice, that was totally
That's good.
intentional.
On purpose. Wait.
Oh no,
That
rip.
too.
So we get in our
Parked.
car with our
That's
trade
where I
packs
parked.
and we just like make a run for the coast. And as we get there, like we saw
Okay.
some people, but they were, they were slow. We were in a car, and we just get down to that cliff at the southern end of the zone, and we just like boosted off.
I think
It was
This
that
is fine.
Chad is
This is
commenting
totally
on your
fine.
guild name. They see the belly of justice.
Oh really?
So let's take a moment and kind of talk about that. We're in Hellswamp now with the dwarf, and so he's wearing, what is that, geared gas lamp
Yes.
is what it looks like? And
That was
here
the
he is
location
wearing,
log.
I believe, summer swim racer.
Yes.
But that is definitely the belly of justice. He works out.
He has like a 12 pack on that belly. Like
Yes,
How
belly
does that
abs are
happen?
real.
There you go.
uses like
Okay.
the ab abber.
Sand deep vacation outfit.
Yep, this is how he goes to the beach with his civilian bow.
I like this better.
This civilian bow.
Hey, don't you make fun of my civilian bow.
And we talked about how the new races have animations that are different. So if you don't mind putting them into combat, or hitting Z maybe. Alright, and so when the male dwarf kind of moves around the board, he jumps while he's in combat, he does this pretty cool flip.
Yes,
You mean
do
this
it,
right
do
here?
it.
Leet cartwheels. These are the things that the belly of justice empowers, okay? Insane flips, rolls when he's not in combat. And one of the
So
other things
good.
that I was looking at and I noticed that I especially appreciate is all the races, new races, do this sort of different thing when they backdrop. So the Dwarven male looks like this when he backdrops. It's kind of like
That
this
roll.
more of a tucked double flip backwards. And we'll see when we move over to the other characters. The male Warborn, when he does a backdrop, doesn't flip at all. He just
Yeah,
kind
he
of strikes this
jumps back.
menacing pose and hulkingly jumps backwards. But it's really cool just to see. So we had added backdrop just to show you guys that. I think, yeah, great. Good to bring this up. So this is the, what is her official name? Beer Nymph? Beer Fairy? Ale Sprite. Ale Sprite.
Ale
Got
Sprite,
it.
Beer
Thank
Nymph.
you. So the Dwarves and
Drunk Fairy.
Warborn gain a combat pet when they complete their storyline quest. And this is a good look at what the Dwarven combat pet looks like.
It's a beer fairy.
In case you are parched in your travels from Animar into Hellswamp, you know,
Just a little
she
ladybug
provides
under
refreshment,
your
although I
chin.
don't know if she's too good at sharing.
You're not supposed to go into Juggernaut form with Beardo, so kind of leave her out.
That was actually a question we asked
Juggernaut
XL.
transform?
You know, when a dwarf transforms into a Juggernaut, what happens to their beer?
She holds it.
That's
She'll
like
take
their
care of
hydraulics,
it.
so they just use the beer as hydraulic fluid in their mechs.
Right.
That's pretty legit.
I think there's a lot of different answers. Maybe the
That's
answer
my
varies,
answer.
depends on your style
That's
as
right.
a dwarf.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
Go.
So that's a pretty good look at Aber Cradle. We looked at Air Rain Rock last week. That's the zone that houses the Higher Ground Inn and the city of Andalf. We just walked through Animar, and now we're going to go to Big Devs really quick to switch over to the Warborn, and we'll give you a look at Rokala Mountains and another pass at Sunbite Wilds.
Kirby, say hi.
So we have a couple things to announce. I believe Sophie can talk about this. We have Extra Life coming up
Yes.
tomorrow.
So tomorrow we'll be streaming for Extra Life. From 4 to 6 p.m. you'll be able to see Sparks is Grounded if you tune in on the Tryon channel. Merv and I actually will be streaming a little bit later that night too, from midnight to 2 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be playing some 3.0, so if you are still up, come and join us. If it's too late, then make sure that you're at least watching Sparks from 4 to 6.
Yep. And so the Tryon channel will be streaming for 24 hours.
Not all
For
of it
Extra
will be
Life, it'll be
ArcheAge,
mixed
yeah.
across all of our games, but our time slots are like Sophie mentioned.
4 to 6 and midnight to 2 a.m.
We got the late shift.
You guys are
We
up
are
all
the
late
I
overnight
like the
crew.
night shift. That's like, it feels natural to me to be playing like
I know.
ArcheAge at that time.
I wake up in the morning and I see like a chat message from like 3 a.m. And they're like, "We're doing a thing. We're
Yeah,
doing a trade
late
run.
night
Where
shift.
are you?
Get on the boat."
And you guys are too kind about the haircut and the beard. Are you growing a beard from Movember?
I'm trying.
mustache?
Not much coming out.
I kind of have to do the beard because my
I
mustache
can grow
is a
my
little,
armpits. That's
you know,
about it.
Whoa. Caught the last half of that. All right, we're almost set on our Warborn character, and we are moving to Rokala Mountains. Rokala Mountains is the largest housing zone in the game. It's kind of the eastern answer to Animar. It's different in its own right, and we'll talk to you guys about those differences.
Stuck in the ground.
Alrighty, we're all set.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start off taking a look at the map.
Oh, okay.
Woo, hold on.
Right?
So
I saw
fancy.
something that is extremely shiny.
I love the fact that you can give her that gray, ashy looking skin,
Yeah.
and then I thought with that Enoch battle rope and the Astro Wings, it would look really rad.
It looks super rad.
She looks awesome.
It's like,
Yeah.
is demon or is angel? Can't tell.
She
I love
looks
that
really,
costume.
Hold on, now the wings have to go though.
That
She
costume
looks
looks
so
good on
good.
every single
I
race.
know.
Wow.
That's probably my favorite, just all around. Looks good. This one's always
This
badass.
one as well, like, looks good on everyone.
Yeah, and so for those of you who don't know, this is our female Warborn character. She's one of the new races in the Revelation update this December, and damn, she looks good.
Amazing. That's what I will be playing.
She looks like some steampunk hunter captain thing. Like
Yeah, I gave her a little
needs an
Vegas
airship.
outfit too.
she needs an airship.
A Vegas
captain
outfit?
hat.
A Vegas outfit,
Wow,
So
right?
that is baller. That is like
That gold
exclusive
on her skin.
pool party
Yep.
look. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, never actually goes in the water, but looks awesome by the pool.
How
But
amazing
that's
is that gold?
Hold on, I need
Yeah.
to see those baller glasses.
Right?
It looks
Oh,
so good.
Looks
You
great.
need the
You need the glasses
180K commerce title.
Yes.
The baller status.
status.
Wow.
We need to get those
Yeah.
glasses separate from the swimsuit. It's just
I
a head
know. I want the bracelets too and like the shoes.
slot. Yep. All right.
Looks really
Pretty
good
sweet.
in my opinion. Somebody asked for Cutie Pie.
Cutie Pie, all right. No Cutie Pie this stream.
Cutie
Although
Pie is still there.
he's at character select, and I think he's
Yes.
wearing a battle fay. I caught that
Yes.
out, as we switched characters. I caught that out of the corner of my eye. So we're in Rocala Mountains, and actually, before we jump into the zone, let's take a look at her backdrop, because we were just talking about that on the dwarf.
Okay.
Again, the new races have different animations, and it really kind of makes them, gives them their own personality. So when she has weapons equipped, and she does it in this version, but she kind of extends her arm in either direction and does this really cool, like, heel kick over her backflip. Pretty awesome
Oh,
looking.
I failed. I didn't even have civilian weapons on her. It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we are in, I said this like 5 times already. We're in Rocala Mountains.
Where are we?
Largest housing zone in the game. Now we're going to do a fly through of the zone again with the farm out, so you guys can kind of see the areas that are available for housing. Now, one of the cool things about Rocala Mountains is that it has that sort of overcast atmosphere that you can find in Hasla, in some of the northern zones on the eastern coast.
Like you can already see like the little bridges over here.
Yeah, well, it's cool because there's also a great difference in the height of housing. So you'll see that there's this kind of like ferry train-like structure, that a conveyor belt-like structure that can bring you to the upper areas. And these high areas, these plateaus, support housing. And there are some areas have bridges connecting them. So it really kind of adds this cool dimension of different layers of housing within the zone. Normally we see player housing kind of occurring on this flat plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have these really cool overlooks. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Really
They don't
feels
have
like
swan boats. They have to trade that for maybe RP skiing, I guess, down the side of some of these
RV
hills.
skiing. Skateboarding down the hills.
But you can live
Yeah.
on like a little snowy patch. I found one little
Yes.
spot where it's like actually the ground is snow and you can place your
There's also a
house.
good waterfall corner somewhere in here. Like there's an island by a lake somewhere.
Oh yes, you're totally right.
Yeah.
There is a little island. It's probably this one right
Yeah,
here,
that
right?
one. I'm super partial to this zone. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I'm from the Seattle area, and this to me reminds me really heavily. It's something about kind of like the mistiness in the air and the hills and the green, the type of trees. So that's kind of my challenge, is that I want to play dwarf, but I do definitely like the feel of this zone. It looks like some Cascades foothills kind of
Yes.
Who's gonna live there?
thing. Me.
Ballers
That's
are gonna
my.
live here.
There's my island right there.
Wow.
Island 2.0.
It's kind of like
the little
Hasla,
one.
right?
You could even have like, I don't know, it's like you could plan this so many different ways. Maybe your mansion sits there, and then you have like a little farm
Yeah.
or a
There's
storage
so much
silo.
space.
Like, yeah, it's way bigger than you think it is.
Yeah.
That little bridge that connects to the right, it's like your own other personal island.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Right there.
adorable. I love that.
I love it.
And yeah, wow.
It
It
reminds
looks like
me a
that
lot
can
of
almost
those,
fit
like,
a 24.
It does.
Yeah.
This is a 28.
Yep, it'll fit it.
Wow.
Maybe like one. It's probably it's probably that. It's probably one specific lineup that'll do it.
And maybe even
Ooh,
a
maybe
silo
not.
in there.
There you
Yes.
go.
Oh wow. Sweet.
Yep.
At least you didn't cut that corner. Like that would have been terrible. That little corner post ducks in and you can't fit it. No.
Is this like an Indiana Jones bridge here?
Yes, it is. The
You guys,
leap of
you guys
faith.
feel like I'm picturing people's haulers, like they
Aw.
live on that island out there and they're trying to get their crap down.
Yeah, I would definitely say that's not a great
No.
spot to have your larder farm. Probably don't do
Nope.
that there.
I
Unless
mean,
you're like
maybe you
elite
can find a
skills.
trail.
See,
through
chat
the
people are
mountains.
agreeing with me. They're like, this feels like Pacific Northwest. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's the first thing I saw when I came in here. Like, this is familiar. It's the trees.
This kind of looks like Texas. The shape, no?
The shape
long.
of Texas. A half Texas.
Oh, there's the little
There's
island
your
I was
island.
talking about. This is also a place where you probably live if you don't try to grow larders or anything.
Can you have housing on that little center
you
island?
can.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm going over there right now.
That's cool.
Not this here, but
No.
this here.
I feel like there's a lot more exclusive spots in
Yeah, there
Rokala
are.
than there is in Animar.
And I want to
Like-
know what that, like, look at that little, like, point of, like, you can't fit anything on there. Nothing fits
Yeah.
there. Like, why is that even a housing spot? Can you fit an 8 in that?
You
Maybe
can.
the silo can fit there.
Right
It's
in
also
there?
an 8x8 though, so this is
Oh.
an 8x8.
Yeah. See? Like, unless the silo is, like, offset, maybe. Maybe it's on, like, the half.
You get like a
You know how some are not
4x4
on the same
structure or
grid?
something.
All I know
Does
is someone's
this
going to
exist?
try.
Someone is gonna make it work too, probably. Just too derpy to make it work.
So great.
Yeah. And,
And
then over here is the area where you can like live on a piece of
Yeah,
like
the
snowy
snow's over
ground, even if you are on the eastern continent.
Alrighty, so in Rokala now, let's open the map up again. Rokala is in the eastern side of Haranya. And if you go out one more level, it sits right above Hasla. Now, were questions about, does Rokala connect to Hasla the same way that Animar connects to Hellswamp? The answer is no. So while there are trade packs available for crafting here, you can also support a Fellowship Plaza. The way that you get those packs out of this zone for trade is kind of up to you. And if you are familiar with life in Rookborn
Yeah.
or in Hasla, there are
find those little
specific
mountain
mountain
trails.
paths that you can take over the edge, and Rokala Mountain is pretty much the same. So those paths are kind of like up to you guys to find out. But there are definitely land routes out of the zone. You just have to be crafty about how you do it.
Yep. I feel like I saw on a forum too, like I think Karita was talking about how he already found a way to get it out.
Yeah.
Call me out if I'm wrong, but I thought it was something like that. So there is
There's
some
at
way
least
over
one
the
confirmed
mountains.
so far. yeah.
Karita just confirmed the timber coop method. Yep, that's
Yeah,
definitely
there's
something
at
we
least
saw.
one, yeah.
If you guys are new to our chat and you're just joining us for the first time, we're talking about the Revelation update. That's also known as 3.0, and that's coming to ArcheAge December 10th of this year. I had to think that one out for a second.
Maybe they need Range Rovers. Maybe that'll be like their 3.1 car is like a
An all-terrain
Yeah.
pack vehicle.
Yay.
All right, we're going to show you guys something. This is kind of a surprise. Now, normally whenever we do a marketplace update, you guys will see it on PTS first. But this week it's a little bit different. I noticed somebody in chat mentioned that they saw the marketplace was coming down on live. That's because we're adding a new mount today that we have not publicized at all. But we're going to show it off to you guys for the first time now. It's going to be in this month's installment of the Archeum supply box, and it's also available for loyalty.
Behold.
Get ready.
Behold, this
Yeah,
is
Typhoon
the
Drake.
Typhoon Drake. This is a player-owned mount. It is one of the biggest player-owned mounts in the game. It is badass. Badass. Like, if you look at the blue
Look at it
and the
glowy.
orange glow, it is freaking out of control.
Look how cuddly it is.
Just
He's
like
not a
the
true
blue.
flying mount. He
No,
glides
he's
like
flying.
the rest of our Pegasus or Griffin. But, man, I can't get over it.
I bet
I
in
just can't
crowds
get
he has
over
to
it.
apologize a lot because he's really big. Like he's just like his tail's knocking people over. Yes, so Majesty.
I think that's one of the things, like, you know, if you guys are longtime MMO players, that's one of the things that we really kind of have a craving for, are these mounts. You know, maybe it's a dragon mount, but it just doesn't really match the kind of, like, grand nature a dragon should have. This thing,
It's
the
big.
scale of it, look at it. You can
Yeah.
barely see the character sitting atop it. It's not quite as big as the Wyvern, but it is definitely big in its own right.
Second biggest.
Thing is
Yep.
awesome.
It's beautiful too.
Yeah.
And again, so that's what's included in the marketplace update that's happening right now. It is also available for loyalty, and again, November has that increased loyalty rate, so maybe that's something you'd consider. But wow, I can't
Yeah.
get over it.
Get
It
hyped.
Just
also
can't
has
get over
armor.
it.
I would like
Yep.
to show it, but because we are on this 3.0 build, unfortunately, everything is in Korean.
It's Korean,
so I
yeah.
can't actually show you what the skills do or whatnot, other than like visually
Yeah.
like that. But yes, it comes with armor too.
Yeah. Do his abilities. What's his abilities?
Oh yeah, I
Sophie?
have to land. Hold on.
It's
got
just so
too
great
carried
seeing the
away.
new animations.
Sorry.
Oh no.
The Typhoon Drake's abilities are really in line with a lot of our other flyers, like
Yeah.
the Pegasus and the Griffin. We're mostly excited about just the unique appearance, you know, and the
Well-
ability to have a flying dragon-like mount. It's
Yeah.
frickin'
There is
rad.
one that's Just amazing. Hold on, let me align this. There you go. This one.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning breath ability.
Do the standing jump. Like, you know when you stand and they usually rear up? Yeah! I want to see like 20
Majestic.
people doing screenshots with that.
So rad.
That was a really good screenshot pose.
Yeah.
I love it. My favorite ability is definitely though
The laser
damaging
beams.
one. Yeah. Laser beams.
I don't know, it's like a shoot a laser beam.
Steven from chat asks, will this mount be available for Fresh Start? Sadly, no, he won't. We're actually really scaling down the mount offerings for Fresh Start. And they're all going to be within the scope of what you can get as a starting mount if you go through your race's quest line. So that's these, the Kitsu or the Pegasus. Those will not be available on Fresh Start. This is a legacy mount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday they will be, but not for definitely not the early months of Fresh Start.
Yep. There's a request for the Lightning Breath again.
Oh, okay, it's up. Yay.
I'll go
Sorry, I
zap some
had
Darus.
cooldown. I was waiting on it. Let's go grill some Darus. There you go. The auction
That's
here.
not nice. I guess you are on the East Coast, though.
You got charge up. Yeah.
Roasted
Good
Daru
sound
for dinner.
effects.
Whatever.
Alrighty, so that's the new
Really
Typhoon
bad.
Drake. Awesome.
Totally.
Okay,
awesome.
now back to what we were talking about
How
originally.
do you go back from that?
I don't even really know.
I'm just gonna try to get on the balloon with it now.
Just
With
way
the
down
Drake.
the balloon.
Come on. You can do it.
Squid Dinner asked from chat about the loyalty increase. That will occur with the November update on the 9th of this month. That's an upcoming Wednesday. The patron loyalty gains will be increased to up to 14 tokens per day. That's 5 on login and 3 every hour for 3 hours after that.
Yeah.
Trenthian from chat asks, will normal races be getting transformations? No, they will not. But all races' passive abilities have changed with the Revelation update. Instead of being this passive, always active thing, they've been changed to versions where there's a 30-minute cooldown and the ability is generally active for about 5 minutes. And they provide a racial bonus. When we talk about abyssal skills in a later live stream, we'll bring up those skills as well.
There's the baby in a basket now.
How does it,
Where
I love
are you
how it's just, how does
going?
that balloon even fly with that thing on there?
It's magic.
It is magic.
It pushes the I believe button.
It does.
Now we're going up here now.
Alright guys, I'm going to ask you to start Xing up. Today, we are giving away 3 brooms and 3 Typhoon Drakes.
Ooh,
Okay.
So get your X's in, because Lightning Bolt.
This is in for lightning bolt. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
Yeah.
While we're doing this, let's port over to Sunbite Wilds
Okay.
and just kind of walk through the housing area there.
Hi, Kirby. How you doing? Those X's.
I think, internally when we talk about these housing areas, we kind of speculate where are people going to rush on legacy servers and on fresh start servers. Where exactly are the areas that are going to be the most coveted? And I really it always comes back to what is your preferred style of play,
Yeah.
right? If you're a member of a guild and an ocean trader, you're looking for that coastal land. If you're a residential player, you're looking for the largest adjoined tracts of land. You're looking at climate, you're looking at things like that.
Yeah.
So really the answer comes down to, at least for us, what
Depending
your
on who
personal
you are.
style of play is.
Yeah.
Do you do larger ones? Do you like living, like RPing?
Yep. And I mean, I'm pretty green life, and I do a lot of trade runs, but I do like prestige land. Like, I would rather have less land in a really recognizable, unique area than have a giant thing like in Windscour.
In
for example.
Windscour.
Yeah. Because I don't do
Yeah.
enough trade runs that
Yeah.
I need,
You get
for,
benefit
like
out of
12
living there.
farms. Yeah, exactly.
So really quickly, before we do our giveaways, we're in Sunbite Wilds, and we didn't show this last week when we visited the zone briefly, but there are 4 different distinct housing areas in the zone. It's kind of those circular ones that you see towards the bottom, and this is what they actually look out like with the zone, the residential borders in place as we're attempting to place a farm. And each of these areas kind of mimic each other.
And I assume those will be the first zones to be full.
Right,
at the
sorry.
beginning, just because everybody will be placing their 8x8s as soon as they get it.
It's also really fun to live in a new place.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 'cause you haven't
It's
seen it
exciting.
before, you're not used to it.
I mentioned that last week, but that's one of the great appeals of Revelation to me. It's like we get to play ArcheAge all over again
yes.
with all of this new stuff added, and
Yep.
it's a complete experience. Pretty sweet.
I do want a snow house in the dwarves now.
A snow house? That could be awesome.
In Erin Rock?
Yes.
Is that where you're gonna... Good luck. That place
I know,
is
it's gonna be
packed
gone in
so
minutes,
quick.
I know.
Yeah.
One of the lesser known things about Sunbite Wilds is the southern coastal region actually supports sea travel.
Yep.
Yep.
You can go around.
Like you can take the waterway all the way over here to Solace.
You'll see how like the map has been adjusted to incorporate
The
that,
border.
and there's this narrow channel. Now, if there are pirates in that narrow channel, that would just be ArcheAge. So you would have to consider that when you're doing, merch runs or whatever, however you intend to get your trade goods around the coast. Okay, so let's give away some brooms. I know Halloween has passed, but I think
I still
the
want
broom
one.
Storm Duster mount is pretty much can be used anytime.
Oh,
I
by
don't
the
think it
way,
has to be Halloween.
There's
Oh, yeah,
also
there's
marine
Aquafarm.
housing.
Yep. On the bottom
Before I
patch.
forget it.
Yep.
Are you gonna build a bungalow there?
Aw, pretty
So you're playing Warborn, aren't you?
I will be playing Warborn, but
so wrong.
It's wrong.
What do you mean it's
Are you guys gonna
wrong?
fight it out?
No.
Dude, I'm gonna have a pangolin, okay? Like on day one.
But I'm gonna have a snow house.
Yeah, pull that pangolin out. Let's see it again.
You win
Pretty
at life
cool.
if you have a pangolin.
That means all the doors are gonna sneak over and
That's right, just go buy one.
thief the pangolin in the dead of hunger. All right. Here we go. Storm Dusters. Congratulations. Good luck, everybody. This is for our first Storm Duster. It goes to 13 Amber 13. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm in the water.
Slow roll.
He looks pretty natural there. Oh,
Oh, it's
that's
so
swim
cute.
animation.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
I didn't even see him swimming before. I love you. I love you so much.
Look at its little
my
like
God.
breaststroke. Oh my god.
I
How
can't
does
give
it
away that
even-
pangolin.
How does
Sorry.
it even float?
I don't know. I
Maybe
don't
there's
care.
just air in there or something.
Maybe it's just a big bubble under. a
Can I
shell.
just get like a 10-hour video of this? Nothing but this.
Can't give away the pangolin. The pangolin is the racial
Racial
mount
mount.
for Warborn. All right, this is for Storm Duster number 2. Good luck, everybody.
Do it, do it.
It goes to Poteten. Congratulations,
Congrats.
Poteten.
I love you. It's so cute.
So, are you
He's
excited
dumb.
about that? I can't tell.
Yes. A little bit.
How excited?
A
On a
little
scale
bit.
of 1 to really excited, how excited are you?
On a scale from 1 to oh my god! It's
Okay.
oh my god.
It's off the
Got it.
scale.
Third Storm Duster. Okay. Third Storm Duster goes to Mad Ayezadai. Wrong. Mad Ayezadai.
Mad Eye Zite.
Mad
Zaidi.
I-Z.
Zite
Okay.
E.
Yeah.
Mad
Well, they
Zaidi.
won. Congratulations.
We figured that
Also, while, because I showed off where you can get the boar, I want to show off where you can get the pangolin too. Right here.
Are there baby pangolins there?
There's
No.
baby pangolins right
They were
here.
just born?
out. They're just born.
yesterday.
They're
Look
just-
at them! Oh my god! I want that as just a pet. Like, I don't want it to grow up. Look how it's
I know.
face.
Just want you to be a baby forever.
Look
Those
at
are
its little
definitely just
faces.
born babies confirmed.
Here, I'll just have it.
Why are there
going.
chickens over there?
'Cause
Huh?
they eat them.
Because they need food.
I don't know. Fried chicken? It's
Okay.
always good.
Pangolins and chickens are BFFs. Like you see those savannah animals and the birds are sitting on their back, right? It's like a rhino with a bird on its back. That's this. Chickens are bros.
Who wants a Typhoon Drake?
Typhoon.
Typhoon Drake hype. Here we go. I'm going to give away 3 of them.
Flying lizard of majesty.
No.
First Typhoon Drake goes to
Roll it.
Zone Best God World. Congratulations on your Typhoon Drake.
I'm hungry. I have to feed my baby.
Okay. I have to see, how does a Typhoon Drake, how does the size of the Typhoon Drake
And
compare
compared
to a...
to
Pangolin
Wow.
baby.
Yeah.
So it's basically the size of all of the pangolins.
Yes,
Combined.
combined. And some more.
Are there baby Typhoon Drakes?
There are not.
No,
Oh my
I
god, there
wish.
need to be baby Typhoon Drake.
Wish. Sophie's gonna
Okay.
die.
Yeah.
Typhoon Drake number
Kill
2.
it.
Good luck. Hype.
What for them? Oh, I want one. Somebody X up for me, please.
Owner Janudar. Congratulations, Owner Janudar, on your Typhoon Drake. We have one more Typhoon Drake to give away today. Who's going to be the lucky winner? There are a lot of X's.
I know,
It has
this
been
is crazy.
non-stop X's for the last 10 minutes.
Dancing.
Oh, it's a dance.
So cute.
Looks like a pine cone.
You look like a pine cone.
It kind of looks like Kroller,
Hey.
actually.
It looks like what?
It looks like you.
How does that look like me?
Cute.
I don't swim like that. I swim much more majestically. Thank you very much. All right,
Very
the last
nice.
Typhoon Drake. Number 3 goes to
Roll.
Shadow Mist. Congratulations, Shadow Mist, on your Typhoon Drake. Alrighty. Congrats to all of our winners.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh, look at so cute.
Is it in a ball? Oh my god.
I think we just watched like 5 minutes of pangolins being born.
Yeah, we did. Basically, yes.
Yes.
Worth it.
Totally worth it.
That
Alright.
wraps it up pretty much for us this week, guys. Thanks for watching again. Next week, we're going to be going over community centers, the new changes to the family system, maybe even vocation and proficiencies. There's a lot of good information there, and thank you guys for joining us. We hope you have a good weekend. Remember, Extra Life is coming up tomorrow. Sophie and I will be streaming ArcheAge 3.0, the Revelation update. We're going to be playing on an internal server from midnight Pacific until 2 a.m. We have the late shift, but that's okay. We hope to see you guys there.
Don't
If
forget
not,
to watch Sparks is Grounded from 4 to 6 tomorrow as well.
absolutely. So yeah, see you guys there. And if we don't, have a great weekend. And Atlas Reactor is next. Thank you guys. Take care.
See you tomorrow.